Are you switching jobs, or are you about to switch your job? You might be sitting on a gold mine that you don't even know about. That's today's show. Let's dive into it.
Here we are at our very first rental property.
Hey everyone, I'm Clayton Morris, longtime real estate investor and entrepreneur. I've started multiple seven-figure businesses. I invest in real estate, buy and hold real estate. I buy it and I hold it for the rest of my life, and I live off the cash flow from those performing assets. This channel is devoted to helping you build financial intelligence so you can build financial freedom. We've got hundreds of videos here that you can take action on. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that little bell dingus down there so you'll be notified when we publish a new video. All right, let's get into it. This is one of my favorite topics, the power of a self-directed retirement account. So if you're sitting there and you just left your job, or you're thinking about leaving your job, and you had some 401k or other retirement plan with your company, you might be sitting on a gold mine, because now you can unlock the power of all of that money that was sitting there tied up in the stock market and put it to use for you in the form of investing in businesses or real estate, my absolute favorite. So what you have is a 401k that you've maybe carried over, it's just sitting there, or you had some traditional retirement account with your company and you left, you're starting in a new company, so you're starting up another retirement account. But what about the old one? You just let it sit there? I know back when I was pretty ignorant in my early days, that's exactly what I did. It just sat there. It was doing nothing for me. Did you know that you could unlock that retirement account and make it a self-directed account? Truly, truly self-directed. Now, the reason most brokerages and companies won't tell you that you can do this is because they want to manage your money. They make money off of your money, your fees, okay? When you take that money and you put it into a self-directed retirement account, then the fees are virtually removed and you unlock enormous power to invest in anything you want. I can't tell you how many clients we help at my company who are unlocking their retirement account for the very first time. We help them set up their self-directed account and they're up and running in minutes, and they're able to diversify their portfolio and invest in rental real estate for the very first time. So there are 4 big advantages from being able to unlock some of the power of self-direction. Number 1 is to protect your money and your assets. You might think, well, can you really ever have true protection from the volatility of the stock market? You can get pretty darn close with real estate. Here's why. When you take that money that was invested in, I don't know, some kind of random stock, right, that go up and down. Remember 2008 when people had all of their money in 401ks wiped away in the matter of a few days? That's real, folks. Now, if you had your money in stable rental markets during that time, you would have kept that asset. You would have kept that rental property. Sure, your rent on that property might go down a little bit, but you still owned an asset that was appreciating higher than inflation. What do I mean by this? Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper here. Protection, okay? You've got your money in a duplex. Let's say you work with us, just as an example, and you bought a new construction duplex. Okay, it's cash flowing $3,000 a month from the 2 tenants that are on either side. You're able to accelerate on your taxes, the depreciation because of a cost segregation study. Check out our full video on cost segregation so you have a little deeper dive on that. You're able to keep more money in your pocket. Now, real estate has historically been a hedge against inflation. So if you have your money, okay, you have that like old retirement account from your company just sitting in a savings account, every day that money is in a savings account, you're losing money. Why? Why? Can you answer me? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Why is that? Well, it's because inflation. A value of $1 today is worth less than it is tomorrow, right? You're not paying less for a value meal at McDonald's next year, will you? No. The value of goods and services are going to continue to rise. So you're not going to be paying $2 for a value meal at McDonald's. You're going to be paying $9. It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. I used to work at McDonald's. It was like $4 back then. Now it's like $9. Anyway, that's my point. Inflation, okay? So when you have an asset like rental real estate, a piece of real property that historically outpaces inflation, okay? Every year it's outpacing the inflationary rate of like 3%. And if you've got a house that's appreciating at 4.2%, you're beating inflation. On top of that, the cash flow from the tenants going into your self-directed account. So you're getting the cash flow, you're beating inflation because of appreciation. And then not to mention all the other benefits, okay? You get the tax benefits, everything else on top of it. But putting your money in a savings account means you're losing money. You've heard me say it before, savers are losers. Having your money in real assets allows you to protect those assets. So that's number one. Number two is you get to accelerate. Love that word, accelerate. But you're doing it in a non-risky way. You're able to diversify your portfolio by owning a piece of real property. You get then to use the power of financing to buy this property. You can use some of your retirement account in your self-directed account. So you could conceivably do it this way, right? Use the $50,000 you've got in your self-directed account as a down payment, and then have the bank carry the rest of the note, the mortgage. Now, that cash flow from those tenants is going into your self-directed retirement account, and it gives you more leverage to be able to go out and buy other assets. So you get to accelerate your growth, accelerate at a pace that you will not see in the stock market. Sure, if you're a day trader and you're sitting there with those big computer monitors and that's all you do and that's your specialty, great, good on you. But for most people, the stock market is not set up for the average person. Wall Street is making money off of you. They are getting rich while you are getting a 1% return or a 2% return, which is again not keeping up with inflation. So if you've got your money in the stock market tricking along and you're getting a 2% return, 3% return, and you could get a 30% return on real estate or even a 15% return, we'll get into some of the numbers in my cost segregation video so you can see the power of even getting a higher return on investment by using the tax code to your benefit. But the stock market can't even touch real estate in a retirement account, not even close. That's why these financial advisors won't even tell you about real estate, because they won't make any money off of you. They only make their money managing your money. So they want you to be in stocks because they get a percentage of that. So anyway, be smart with your money. So two, you get to accelerate your portfolio and your growth. Number three on my list is control. I remember a number of years ago when I worked in my television job, I called up my 401k provider and I said, look, I still work here, but I don't want to keep my money in the stock market anymore. Can I take my 401k and move it to a self-directed account? And they said, no, you can't, not unless you leave the company. I was like, okay, guess what? I'm going to leave the company, which is what I did. But beyond that, the power of the self-directed account cannot be realized by some of these institutions. You don't have control. So what I'm talking about, when I called up Fidelity, I think it was at the time, and I said, can I invest in real estate? Can I invest in real estate? He said, yes, you can, inside your 401k. I said, really? I can buy a house? He said, oh, no, you can't buy a house. You could buy a real estate stock, like a REIT. I was like, why would I want to do that crap? A real estate investment trust stock? That's like being 3 steps removed from the actual property. And if that stock goes down to $0 in value, I lose it. That's not me owning a house. That's me owning a stock. And I get to pretend that I invest in real estate. You're not. So you don't have control. Also, most of the time when you work for a company, they've partnered with the 401k provider and they've selected like 12 to 20 different funds that you can choose from. They give it to you sort of a la carte, and you have to kind of pick and match and make your portfolio. That's not what I want. I want to be able to invest in anything I want. I want to invest in real estate. What if I want to take my $100,000 that's in my self-directed account and I want to lend it out to somebody? I want to lend 20,000 of it out at a 5% interest return. Hey, I'm going to lend it to this guy at 5% interest for 1 year because he wants to flip a house. Great. I draw up a promissory note. He pays me every month 5% interest on that money. I can't do that inside of a Fidelity account or Charles Schwab or any of these other accounts. You can't do that. The power, the control that you get from being able to control your family's finances through a self-directed retirement account is unbelievable. So take my word for it. Control is incredibly important. Number 4 is transparency. Look, it took me forever to figure out all the hidden fees that were involved in my financial advisor. This person was making $15,000 a year off of me managing my money, and I didn't even know it. It was in the fine print somewhere buried, and it was all shifty and weird. And I said, sorry, I'm out of here. Pulled my money away from this individual, and now I only do self-direction. When you have your money with a custodian on the self-direction retirement account side, there's a couple of different custodians that we work with at our company and help you set up within a few minutes. You'll see those fees. It's very small per year fee that you see, and it's a few $100s. And so you get that transparency right there in front of you. There's no more having to dig through paperwork to find out how much you're paying with every transaction or their monthly fees and all this kind of stuff. No. Next time you want to get scared, look at your 401k and start to dive into some of the hidden fees that exist for your 401k. We will have a link below this video to a great tool that you can use to analyze some of the hidden fees that are in your 401k. You're going to be shocked because you didn't even know they were there. So that is the power of self-direction. Again, our team can help you set it up in just a few minutes. If you want to book a call with our team, just go to morrisinvest.com. We'll have the link right below to book a call with our team. We'll jump on the phone with you and you'll be up and running in just a few short minutes. And you'll unlock the power of self-direction. My thanks to you, and I hope you go out there and take action, become a real estate investor. I believe it's the #1 way to build wealth. We'll see you next time.